Everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. So on the free video here, we have the NASDAQ obviously taking a shellacking. And it was interesting, I'll talk about that in a second. So you can see we're below the 55 that typically opens up the door to the 89, which opens up the door here to the fire line. So obviously in the morning at 7:30 Central, we've got the employment numbers. There's been a lot of volatility into that. A lot of it's based on China. For those of you that don't know, they've essentially canceled and done away with circuit breakers, okay, and their market has fallen like 12% so far in 2016, and we're not that far along into 2016. And then from there, the idea is that tonight when they start trading again, because it'll be tomorrow morning there, not too long from now, there was a ton of supply at the close, and if the Bank of China or the government isn't going to step up and buy it, then we're going to have another overnight bloodbath, which obviously isn't going to bode well for U.S. stocks. So we'll see what the Chinese government is, how much pain they're willing to take. So a couple different ways to play this. Obviously, we've got the employment numbers, and with that, we either just there's a couple. The main thing here is it's like, okay, are we going to trade sideways tomorrow, and is tomorrow going to be a quiet day? I don't think so. Of course we could, but to me that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I think if we gap up, then that's an opportunity to sell it, and you look for a tank. If we gap down, it's different. That might turn into capitulation, and we can rally. But at the end of the day, if we do close near the lows, and it's a day like this, we could have a crash on Monday. So in that case, I definitely would want to be short over the weekend. Okay. So in something like this, when you're at a situation like this where you're like, okay, wow, this may go up a lot or this may crash, do you place a directional bet? What's kind of a good trade to do like that? And so I was talking about this with Bruce today, and I said, well, the way I would look at it, at least, is a straddle. So as we head into tomorrow, now most of the time I don't like buying straddles because obviously 70% of the time you stay within the expected move, right? So it's essentially making a bet that at least for a moment in time, we could go outside of the expected move. If for some reason we gap up in the morning, okay, let's say it's a big, maybe 20 points in the S&Ps, then I would look at selling the calls and then holding on to these puts. Notice they're 8 days out with the idea that we roll over and die. And in a perfect world, you sell the calls for a profit, you sell the puts for a profit, but you don't have that overnight stress of wondering which way it's going to go. All right. Now, of course, if tomorrow the market opens quiet and trades quiet, then this trade's simply not going to work. Okay. So I was talking about this with Bruce, and he said, well, what about, are you going to do anything with diagonals here? I was like, well, tell me about some of that. So as we got to talking about it, I was like, Bruce, you've got to share this stuff. So Bruce is going to be doing an advanced, kind of an intermediate to advanced class utilizing diagonals to increase flexibility. And in this market environment, if you do not, you don't have the flexibility of just like, well, I'm going to buy a call and hope for the best. If you understand the kind of the intermediate to advanced methodologies of using diagonals, you can just you can use that to your advantage. And if you go here, there's a short video. So go to simpleroptions.com/flex. Bruce has put together a video explaining like some of the things he's going to be talking about. The class itself will be Wednesday, okay, January 13th. So that's next week from 6 to 9 Central. Note this is a 3-hour class. Okay, this is going to be the most content he's packed into one of these. And he's also going to do an optional live trading class from 12 to 3 just to the next day. So you can just kind of get a sense of, all right, what does this look like in practice? All right. So the 3-hour class, again, intermediate to advanced concepts. He's really stepping up here. Click there to register, just $197. If you want to also do the live trading, it's $297. That includes the live trading in the class. Okay, check out his video. There's some more information here, so you can dive in and take a look at it. And if you guys have any questions on it, let us know. I'll be on the class as a participant. I want to just really dive into the concepts he's going to be sharing, and this is the kind of information that we want in these kind of markets. All right, simpleroptions.com/flex. You guys have a fantastic night, and we'll see you at the next update.